Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek, Will Wheaton almost died. And that's I mean,
So that's about it.
I would have been sad, but also, I mean, you know, fucking dumbass planet. I don't know. I still feel it was incredibly unfair for many reasons, but also it worked out in the end. It's the whole thing.
Watch our video. You'll see our full thoughts.
Exactly. We actually, it's worth noting, we had a fairly long accidental break in between the last recording and this one, so I'm excited to jump back into this. Today we're watching an episode called The Battle. That's it. Just
battle.
The battle.
Literally anything. And knowing TNG so far, it might not even be an actual battle.
Yep. I would say there are a lot of battles in Star Trek, but I think that's not true. That's just not true. Period.
No, that isn't true. A lot of Star Trek is a lot of Star Trek TOS, the animated stuff, the movies, and this is actually more of like mystery genre.
I'd say the movies are a bit more action packed than maybe the shows have been, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I guess we'll find out. We'll see what happens. We're gonna get into post episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We're about to watch The Battle. Okay, so that was cool. That was cool. I was down for that.
I definitely liked the episode. It had very interesting ideas, and it gave Picard. We learned more about Picard's past.
Yeah. Why the fuck are we trusting the Ferengi for anything, really?
I know.
These guys are like always shady. Even when okay, this is only their second appearance. Totally, I shouldn't be casting such assumptions already, but in their last appearance, while they were innocent, again, also shady as fuck. Here, totally guilty.
Totally guilty.
Yeah,
this time
I mean,
around,
it was only one of them, really. But
I guess he will be rightfully punished, but only for not following late stage capitalism.
Right. I'll be curious to see what else we do with them as a larger people in future episodes, because again, I'm sure we'll see plenty of them later down the line. Considering that, I mean, their last appearance was only 3 episodes ago, I think.
Yeah, that sounds close enough.
But I mean, I can just look at my notes. I don't know why I'm not doing that. 2 episodes ago, that was it. Oh, sorry. Wait, no. Am I wrong with that? No, sorry. It was 4 episodes ago. Sorry, looked at the wrong notes. 4 episodes ago. So pretty quick turnaround. I'm sure they already had plans for what to do with them, things like that.
Plus, their costumes are fairly intricate looking.
I love the big ears.
We're not talking early TOS Klingons, for example.
But no, it's cool. It's really it's I mean, yeah, definitely better than early TOS Klingons in more ways than one. Yeah, so we were unfortunately right. There was no battle in this at all.
Though a fairly decent effect of Picard seeing ghosts. I don't know if that's an updated effect. Either way, it looked good. Yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't know if they. I'm not sure about the status of updated effects when it comes to the 80s and 90s Trek shows. I don't think they did in the same. They did update them in the same way they did TOS. But either way, great effect. I kind of like the. I mean, I loved all the scenes with the Picard sort of PTSD flashbacks of he just. I guess that's not fair to call it PTSD because I don't know.
No,
he didn't really seem
trauma.
Yeah, he didn't really seem to think much of the battle in general, which I find really interesting because they portrayed as really dramatic when they show those sort of flashbacks with those ghosts on the ship. But when it's first brought up by Bach, it's oh yeah, you don't know the Battle of Maxia, and Picard's I've never heard it referred to so dramatically. Get over it, bitch.
If anything,
so
I'm
weird.
more well known because I invented the Picard maneuver.
Right? I want to know more about the Picard maneuver. They keep calling it the Picard maneuver. I don't think did they ever actually describe what it was? I don't think they did.
They described it, if I remember correctly. It is warp speeding for just 1 hot second to be in front of the ship, so your ship is in 2 places at once.
Okay,
visually. Because of the way the speed of light works, that actually makes sense. If you use your warp drive to go at warp 7, your ship will be in 2 places at once because of the way the speed of light works.
Which does bring up an interesting point about I think Picard's sort of role in Starfleet as a whole, like especially compared to Kirk, our previous captain that we followed for a long period of time, Kirk was just kind of one of many, but Picard is kind of already known within the Federation. You know, it's like this is a guy that has done something significant, is known for something significant, is probably is just like more well respected in general, which I find really, really interesting, because Kirk, like, you know, we always kind of joked that it was like, you know, it was Kirk, you know, is handing in the most random ass backwards adventures, like things that he went to do this week, in a sea of other captain logs, you know, but here's Picard, who's actually like known for something, which I find really interesting. But curious to see if they sort of feed into that later.
I definitely feel like Picard has more of an air of trust even by Starfleet. Mm-hmm. Kirk always felt like he's a golden boy, but only by circumstance.
Yeah.
Picard seems like he actually has like a proper track record. Good things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's really, really cool. I really enjoyed seeing that.
The only notable thing that Kirk had done beforehand was cheating on the Starfleet test.
On the Kobayashi. But even then, like, that was something that was just added in through the movies. That wasn't something that like, you knew while that wasn't something you knew while watching his adventures on his 5-year mission. You know, this is something that we know about like pretty early on in our time with Captain Picard, which again I find just really, really fascinating. Really, really love that. So, also I love the whole thing about the headache. Just a small world building thing about, you know, Star Trek's fictional far distant future that I really enjoyed. You know, you don't get headaches. You know, we properly examined the brain. We know exactly what causes them, and so we've taken measures on our ships to sort of prevent them. You know, which I find really cool. Just a really interesting thing.
I'm very curious to know how, but you know, show's never going to delve into that.
Yeah, maybe, you know, maybe a future show, perhaps.
Maybe a future show, and they might. If a future show does it, it's because we will have better brain scanning technology by then, and they could actually talk on some known neuroscience.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's
cool.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I actually did like Bach's sort of backstory when that was sort of revealed about, like, you know, his son being part of the Battle of Maxia and Picard ended up killing him. It's actually a decent villain motivation. You don't get like really like personal villain motivations like that in Star Trek much. So looking forward to hopefully seeing more of that in this new era of Star Trek that we're delving into. That we're now 9 episodes into, and I feel like, I mean, we've definitely taken longer breaks because we're remotely recording in between episodes than we used to with TOS and TAS. But I don't know. I feel like it feels right, but also 9 episodes still feels like a fairly short amount of time. So yeah,
I think our unintentionally longer breaks makes this show feel slightly more fresh than TOS did.
Yeah, very, very possible. Very, very possible. But yeah, looking forward to more. We have a fun title next time. I can't wait to reveal that to you. So be sure to join us then when we continue Star Trek: The Next Generation. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.